Hey guys, Alba here with YogiApproved.com. Today I've got for you a quick flexibility flow designed for beginners but available to all levels. We're going to be targeting the hamstrings and the shoulders today. As a yoga instructor, I always hear that people don't want to start yoga because they're not flexible enough. So this is a great way to get you started. You're going to need a block and a strap for today, and I'll meet you on the mat. So today we're going to start at the top of our mat. So go ahead and come to the top of your mat and stand with your feet about hip-width distance apart. And I want you to take a moment to just kind of get settled into your feet. You can look down at your toes and kind of grip the mat with your feet. Feel the tripod of the feet, so the big toe mounds, the pinky edge, and the center of each heel. So we're standing with intention here, standing strong. I want you to stand tall, bring your arms down by your sides, draw the shoulders down the back, and just close your eyes for just a moment. Bring some awareness to the body. Take a quick scan of the body. Take a deep breath in and just let it go. And as your eyes are closed, you can kind of feel that gentle sway and that inner rhythm shifting you back and forth into the heels and then into the balls of the feet. Keeping your arms down by your sides, go ahead and just spin your palms out so that the shoulders kind of externally rotate. The thumbs are going to point back and the pinkies are going to face front. Go ahead and open your eyes. From here, reach those arms out and up. Bring your palms to touch. And we'll just create a little movement here. Spin the palms out and down. Arms down by the side. Do that 2 more times. Reach out and up. Bring the arms up, stretch through the spine, and then bring the arms down by the sides. Keeping that energy through the feet, through the center of each heel. One more time. Reach up, bring those palms to touch, look up. And bring those arms down by the sides. So we're going to work into the shoulders to find some shoulder mobility. So I want you to start by just shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears. And then drop the shoulders down. And do that a couple times, feeling the bones move in the body and not just the muscles. Moving that shoulder in its girdle. Good. 2 more times. Shrug the shoulders up and down. And 1 more time, shrug them up. And now we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back and draw the arms somewhat behind us. Go ahead and extend through the fingertips. Feel that energy through the shoulders and start to lift through the backs of the arms. Keep the belly pulling in nice and tight. Keep the weight equal in the heels. And then bring the arms forward and up. Find Tadasana Mountain Pose. Good. So we're moving the entire arm here, not just the muscles, but we're moving the bones in the arms. So bring those arms back. Energetically hug the hands towards one another. And then bring those arms back up Tadasana. Good. And you might feel some movement. You might feel some popping or cracking through the shoulders. That's okay. As long as it's not sharp shooting pain, we're just releasing that stagnant energy. Go ahead and release up back to Tadasana. And then arms down by the sides. Good. So you should feel a little energy through the shoulders. Go ahead and take a few shoulder circles here. Good. Breathing through that space. Again, any popping or cracking, just move through that. Try to keep the hands as close to the tops of the thighs as possible. Isolating that movement just through the shoulders. Good. And then reverse directions. Draw those shoulders forward. Again, moving the arms as close to the legs as you can. Good. Bring those arms down by your side. Reach through the fingertips, stand tall. And then again, spin those palms out, reach those arms up. And now we're just going to take our arms out to a T. So bringing the arms equal, shoulder, elbow, and wrist in line with each other, we're just going to spin the shoulders down. So from the front, we're going to internally rotate the shoulders and spin them down. And then we're going to release and spin them back up so that the palms face. So we're going from shoulder to elbow to wrist, moving in, and shoulder to elbow to wrist, moving out. You can feel that through the shoulder blades and through the entire arm. Good. Do that a few more times. Just really creating some heat through the shoulders so that we can then stretch them in a safe way. Good. Spin those shoulders in, pause, and then spin those shoulders out. Good. Go ahead and release that. You can kind of shake that out. You should feel some heat through those shoulders. Good. Then from here, go ahead and stand tall. Again, the feet are about hip-width distance apart. Keep the belly nice and strong. Reach down through the fingertips, spin those palms out, and bring those arms up to touch. Good. Take a stretch over to the right, standing half moon, and stretch over to the left. Feel that difference through the shoulders. Good. Come back to center. From here, we're just going to swan dive. We're going to bend our knees, and we're going to come all the way down. Bring your fingertips down to the ground. Spread those toes wide. Grip the mat. Good. Keeping your gaze slightly forward. We're going to keep the knees bent. I just want you to drop your head. Release some tension through the neck. You can shake your head no. Nod it yes. And we're not releasing the belly to the thighs. We're pulling the belly in and up so that it's not resting on the tops of the thighs. My fingertips are out in front of me. And from here, we're going to keep the knees bent. And then we're going to start to just gently straighten the legs. And then we're going to bend the knees. Straighten the legs. Good. 2 more times. Nice and slow, making sure the knees stay right over those ankles. Make sure you're gripping the mat with your toes. Go ahead and bend those knees. Squat down. From here, we're going to find a modified chair pose. So you're going to reach those arms forward. Pause. Good. You should feel some heat through the legs now. And then again, you're going to straighten the legs, touch the mat, drop the head. Good. We'll do that 3 more times. So bend the knees, come into a squat, reach the arms forward. Straighten the legs, follow the gaze all the way down, nice and slow. 1 more time, bend the knees, reach forward, find that modified chair pose, and from here, we're just going to find 4 little pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and stand up, warming up those hamstrings, reach those arms up. Good, take it over to the right, over to the left. Good. Come back to center. Adding on, I want you to bring those arms down by your sides. From here, find that action. Reach forward. You can see my shoulder blades moving forward, shrugging shoulders up towards the ears. And now from here, we're going to spin those palms out and down, and we're going to find 4 circles just like that. Really moving the bones in the arms, moving those shoulders, being patient with this movement. A great way to relieve any stress from the day. Good. 2 more. Last one. Good. Once again, reach up, find Tadasana. And then bring the arms out to a T. Once again, palms are down. There's energy through the arms. We're going to give ourselves a hug. So you're going to wrap right arm over your left. Walk those shoulder blades onto your back so that you can feel that stretch through the shoulders. And then facing the front of your mat, standing tall, we're just going to lift the elbows gently. You should feel a little pull through the shoulders. And then as we drop the elbows down towards the chest, we're going to drop our chin down. Good. You can take your right ear towards your right shoulder if that feels good. And maybe tick-tock that chin back and forth, finding some semicircles through the neck. Good. Come back to your center. Lift up through the chest, lift those elbows. Good. From here, release that. Bring those arms down by the side and take 4 circles to shake that out. 3. Last 2. And 1. Keeping the belly strong, keeping the legs strong this entire time. Reach up, find Tadasana. Go ahead and bring those arms out to a T. And this time we're going to cross that right arm over the left. Once again, walking the fingertips onto the back, lifting the elbows, face the front of the mat. And from here, lift the elbows, and then drop the elbows, drop the chin. Good, and again, you can find those half circles through the head and neck. That feels good. Or you can just stay stagnant with the chin down to the chest. Good, feeling that opening, and then go ahead and release that. Palms up to touch. And once again, we're going to bend the knees. We're going to reach forward and touch the ground. Good. So from here, adjust those feet as needed. Make sure those feet are hip-width distance apart. And then from here, we're going to start to straighten the legs completely and drop the head. So if you feel tightness or here, be patient with it. We never want to force a stretch. We just want to breathe into that space and allow the tension to gently release. Good. Shift into the balls of the feet. Feel the difference in that. Feel a little light in the heels, and then shift back into the heels. From here, find a little halfway lift. Good. And we're just going to plant our palms and come down to all fours. So from here, I want you to sit your hips to your heels. We're going to stretch out the feet just for a moment. Finding a little toes pose here, giving some love to the toes. From here, I want you to bring your arms out to a T once again. And from here, we're going to find eagle arms. So you're going to wrap your right arm underneath your left to start. If this is not available to you, you can always come back to that hug with the right arm crossing over the left. Otherwise, cross the elbows, cross the wrists. And we're just going to lift the elbows, keeping that toes pose. If that becomes too intense, you're going to bring the tops of the feet flat. But I encourage you to keep the toes tucked under to find that energy through the feet. From here, you can drop those elbows down towards your chest, drop your chin. And then from here, we're going to lift the elbows. We're going to draw the elbows to the right, feel a little stretch to that left shoulder, and then draw the elbows to the left, feel a little stretch to that right shoulder. Good. From here, release that. Bring those arms out to a T and come to a tabletop position. Tops of the feet flat here. Walk those hands right underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingertips wide, and we're just going to find a nice cat round spine to release the shoulders. Drop the gaze. Press through the tops of the feet, the shins. Pull the belly in and up. From cat, start to stretch the belly. Tilt the hips, lift the gaze, find cow pose, and then one more time, find that cat round spine. Dropping the gaze. And coming back through. And finding that nice neutral spine. Tuck the toes, sit your hips to your heels, and we'll switch sides. So left arm comes underneath right, finding those eagle arms. Lifting the elbows, gazing straight forward, pull the belly in, and we'll just lift the elbows, and then start to drop the elbows down towards the chest, drop your chin. Beautiful. Breathe, chin down towards that chest. Go ahead and lift the elbows. And we'll draw the elbows left. Feel a little stretch through that right shoulder. Keeping the gaze forward, draw the elbows right. Good. Come back to center. Release those arms. Bring those arms up to touch. And from here, we're going to bring the tops of the feet to the mat. Take your hands behind you and go ahead and clasp your fingers. Heels of the hands don't have to touch. So if the hands are splayed out like this, that's fine. You're going to bring the fists to the base of your spine. So right there above your butt. You're going to draw the elbows back and then just gently shift forward. You can bring your forehead all the way down and then start to energetically draw the elbows towards one another. From here, if you're good here, you can start to extend the elbows and extend the arms so the knuckles reach to the sky. If you're good there, start to reach the knuckles up and back for a nice deep shoulder stretch. Good. Wherever you are, slowly begin to release that. Rising up. And from here, we'll just come into downward facing dog. So go ahead and shift those hips up to the sky. Walk your feet back. Walk your hands forward. If the knees are still bent here, that's okay. If our hamstrings are still tight, you can find a nice modified down dog with the knees bent. There's still energy through the arms, energy through the fingertips. But if you're good and your hamstrings are feeling okay, go ahead and straighten those legs. Start to drop the heels, melt the chest. And just take a moment here. Take a moment to be aware of the differences through the shoulders so far. And maybe a little difference through the hamstrings. Beautiful. Lift your heels and kind of stretch the feet out. And then drop the heels. Try and lift the toes. Good. From here, we're just going to shift to a high plank position. So keeping those hips in line with the shoulders. Shoulders are going to stack over the wrists. Find that cat round spine. So push the shoulder blades away from each other. Pull the belly in and up, and the gaze is just slightly forward, keeping the neck nice and long. Good. And then we'll just shift the hips up and back for down dog. Good. Let's do that a couple times, moving back into the shoulders, shift into plank, and then shift back into down dog. And I just felt my shoulder pop. So if you feel any popping or cracking, that's okay. Good. Shift forward one more time. And shift up and back. Stretch. Beautiful. From here, just bend your knees, step back to the top of your mat. Once again, keeping your knees nice and bent, bring your belly to the thighs. And we're going to try and get as low as we can. So the goal here is to get the hips in line with the knees without letting the knees go past the toes, without lifting the heels. So right now we're working into strengthening those hamstrings, and then we're going to stretch the hamstrings. So straighten the legs. From here we want to feel the quadriceps engage, drop the gaze, and gaze between the legs. Let's do that 2 more times, nice and slow. So keep that strength through the feet. Drop your hips down, bend your knees, activating the hamstrings. And now start to activate your quads as you press the thighs back. That's going to feel that stretch a little bit better. Good. 2 more times. Bend the knees. Straighten the legs. And 1 more time. Bend those knees. And straighten the legs. Find that stretch from here. Go ahead and grab opposite elbows, hook the arms, find a quick ragdoll, allowing the head to hang. And again, if this is too tight for your hamstrings, just soften through the knees. Keep belly to thighs. Good. From here, release those arms down to the mat. Slowly roll up to a standing position. From here, if you don't have a strap, a dish towel works perfectly fine for this. But if you do have a strap, you're going to grab it, and we're going to come into a shoulder stretch here. So you're going to hold the strap in your right hand, and you're going to take that right hand up, shrugging that shoulder up, and that left arm is going to bend behind you with the palm facing open. So you want the fingertips right between those shoulder blades. You're going to take that strap or dish towel and grab onto it. So this helps the hands guide towards one another. From there, you can start to gauge where your fingertips are when you feel a stretch. We don't want to release the belly, want to keep the belly nice and strong, keep the legs strong, and now start to energetically lift the crown of the head. If you're feeling good, you can start to walk those fingertips towards one another. Continue to feel that stretch. Good. From here, you'll release that. Feel that difference, and we'll just switch sides. Strap is held in the left arm goes up. We're going to bend this right elbow behind us. Again, palms face open. My right side is always a little tighter than my left, so I'm going to bring that strap down, and then I'm just going to gently start to gauge where my resistance is. And once I find that resistance, I am going to draw the shoulder down and just pause and breathe into that space. Start to release any tension through that space. Send your breath there. Good. And then slowly, gently release that and shake that out. And you can throw that strap to the side for now. And we're just going to come back to Tadasana Mountain Pose. So reach those arms out and up, bring those palms to touch, and from here we'll swan dive over the legs, coming into that forward fold. Good. Take a little halfway lift and plant your palms. Step back to a plank position. Good. So feel that difference to the shoulders now. Feel the shoulders strong. Lift the back of your head, and let's slowly lower down all the way to the belly. From here, I just want you to bring your arms right underneath you, palms underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide. Bring the tops of the feet to the mat, and you're just going to bend that right knee, and you're going to pull the heel towards the glute. So that activates that hamstring, and release that. Good. Do that one more time. Pull the heel to the glute. From here, you're going to take that right hand and see if you can just capture the ankle. Top of the foot is good too. And then we're going to bend the elbow and pull the heel to the glute. Getting a nice little quad stretch, keeping that left hand propped underneath you. From here, you're going to draw the elbow up. Good. Release that and switch sides. Pull that left heel in towards the glute. And release. Left heel in towards the glute, activating that hamstring. Good. Pull it in one more time. Take that left hand, grabbing the top of the ankle or the top of the foot, keeping this right hand here. Go ahead and pull that heel down towards your left glute, drawing that elbow up towards the sky. You can gaze forward slightly. Keep pulling that heel in towards the glute to feel that stretch through the quad, and go ahead and release that. Good. Bring your forehead down towards the mat. And we're just going to come back to all fours. Pressing up, bringing those hands underneath the shoulders, tuck those toes, and again, send those hips up to the sky for down dog. You should feel a little difference through the shoulders. A nice stretch. All of those stretches are good to do at the end of a work day, at the end of any of your workouts, to relieve any tension or stagnant energy that we keep in our shoulders and our neck. Take just a moment here to let the head drape between the arms. And then we're just going to step to the top of the mat. From here, just bend your knees and come to your butt. So from here, again, if you have tight hamstrings and super tight hips, I would recommend a block or a book to prop up underneath you. This is going to allow you to find a little bit of a deeper stretch without putting too much pressure on the pelvic floor. So this allows us to get the hips elevated. That allows the hamstrings to release so that we can find a little bit of a deeper stretch here. So I would highly recommend a block or a set of books if you have very, very tight hamstrings. The strap is also going to be a great tool to use. So we're going to come to the center of our mat and just, again, the feet are hip width distance apart. These are stretches that can be done after the end of any workout, at the end of a long work day. With the strap, you're just going to wrap around the balls of the feet. You can, again, do this with a dish towel or a regular size towel. And that just gives us some room to find a little bit of a deeper stretch. The legs are engaged, nice strong quads. I'm going to press the big toe mounds into my strap, and then I'm going to pull back on the straps to feel that energy through the legs. And then from here, I'm just going to see where I find some resistance. Notice my belly pulling in. I'm finding nice round, cat round spine. And I'm just going to walk myself down the strap, relax my neck. And again, we're not forcing anything here. We're just finding that resistance and then breathing into that resistance. And eventually, the more you come back to this class, the more you come back to this practice, the hamstrings will start to open up, shoulders will start to open up, and you will see and feel a difference. Good, so go ahead and release that. Feel that difference. Take a breath in, and we'll just walk those hands down one more time. See if you've gained any space. And again, just breathe. It's an active stretch. But again, we're not forcing the stretch. Good. From here, I want you to pull your belly in. Feel those shoulders kind of move in. Drop the head all the way down, and now feel a nice little back stretch too. You can use that strap to kind of lean back, and then bend the elbows and pull back into that stretch. Good. Go ahead and release that. And from here, you keep your strap. If you are sitting on a block, go ahead and move it to the side, and we're just going to come onto our backs. Knees are bent. Those feet are right underneath your knees. Keeping the strap in your right hand or your towel, you're going to keep the left knee bent and pull that right upper thigh to your low belly. So you can point the toes and kind of feel a little stretch through there. And then again, we're going to wrap that strap around the ball of the foot and extend the heel. My leg is active. It's not just hanging out. It's a nice active leg. So my quad is engaged to stretch the hamstring. So I'm just going to pull the leg gently towards me. Find that stretch. And then we're going to take that left hand out to the side. We're just going to keep the foot in the strap, keep holding on to that strap with the right hand. We're going to open that right leg out to the side. That left knee will drop and then come back to center. That's a nice little stretch through the groin and the inner thigh. One more time. Keeping that foot nice and engaged. You can use that strap to really guide the leg. Good. Come back to center. And now we'll lift and pull the head towards the leg. Stretch. And release that. Good. Release your foot from the strap. Pull that knee in towards your chest. You'll extend that left leg long. Keep the strap in your left hand. Take it out to the side. And we'll just take a nice little spinal twist over to the left. Take that right hand out for counter. Good. From here, come back to your center. Adjust those hips on the mat. And we'll just switch sides. So keep that right knee bent. Pull that left leg in towards your chest. And you've got the strap or the towel, so go ahead and place the foot into the strap. Hold onto that strap with your left hand. Good, and then just press into the strap with the foot. Feel a nice little stretch. Take that right hand out to the side. Just keeping that left foot in the strap, go ahead and just let that drop out to the side. That right knee will fall out to the side as well. Good, come back to your center. And again, drop that out to the side. Feel that stretch through the inner thigh. Come back to your center. Good, and one more time. Good, come back to your center. Go ahead and grab the strap with both hands. Pull the leg towards you as you lift up. Feel that nice stretch. Gently release that. Bend the knee. Extend that right leg long. And we'll find that spinal twist over to the right. Take that left hand out to the side. You can get rid of that strap. You don't need it anymore. Good. Come back to your center. This time pulling both knees into your chest. Adjust those hips on the mat. Take a few circles across the ceiling with those knees, giving the low back some love. And switch directions. Good. Go ahead and bring the forehead in towards the knees. And release your head to the mat. Extend your legs long. And we'll find a quick shavasana here. Extend the arms. Spread the fingertips wide. Take up some space. And just take a moment to scan the body once again and feel the differences. Through the shoulders, through the hamstrings. See if you gained any space today. You can stay here for as long as you need. Enjoying this space. Breathing into that space. From here, go ahead and point your toes. Just reach those arms up overhead. Pulling those knees back into your chest. Rock side to side. Good. Make your way over onto your right side. And then gently press yourself up to a seat, keeping the eyes closed. Come sitting cross-legged at the top of your mat. Go ahead and sit up tall. Take a breath and let it out. Remember, you can come back to this class at any time. Use it to help gain some flexibility. Use it to calm you at the end of your workday. Come back to it anytime you can. From here, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your chin down towards your chest. Honor yourself for showing up today. Bring your thumbs to the third eye. Lift the gaze. And together, we gently bow to the practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, please subscribe to our Yogi Approved YouTube channel to stay up to date on all of our latest videos, and we'll see you next time.